Hey guys, I'm about to go to sleep, and I wanted to make a video to get this thought out of my head for you guys. And I know that while I'm rambling like this, you guys really don't need to be getting good video quality from me anyway. I'm uploading with my camera, so this is going to be on my phone. So yeah, to catch you all up to speed, I made a video about the Black Forest wildfire, and I got a comment on it from Raw5069, who I affectionately have called Ice Cream Bob for a while now, a long time now. Anyways, Ice Cream Bob, he left a comment on my video, and the comment was, I was wondering how close that was to you. Stay safe, Mike. And I immediately, after reading that, I was like, he and I are not on the same page of music as far as what this life means. You know, and he's got this concern for me, but it's just not something that I take well, you know, without thinking about how he thinks this life is a test, and that, you know, no matter how you die or whatnot, it just matters that you accept Jesus in your heart, and then you live forever for eternity, and whatever happens in this, you know, short lifespan that you have, it's inconsequential. So who really cares how you die, you know? That's what I get from it, is like, if a burglar were to go into a Christian such as Bob's house and kill him tonight, he would be ready to die, whereas I would be begging for my life. You know, I would be very sad that I was about to die. I'm not ready to meet the end of my life, or as he might put it, meet his maker. I consider this life to be the only life that I know that I have. You know, the only one that I have evidence to tell me that I have for sure. So, I value this life in a way that I just don't feel like somebody from his perspective really understands. So when I saw that from him, his concern, it brought that to the forefront of my mind, and I just made a video. It was really honest, from the heart. Most people, when they watched it, they liked it. And I sent the video to Ice Cream Bob privately. And I told him that I would like a response, and he made one for me. But before he did, some people left some comments on my video, Ice Cream Bob versus the Wildfires. And in that video, I'm speaking from the heart, and I'm saying, you know, I'm a little reserved in you know, how I'm taking this from Bob. And I asked him, would he rather have me catch on fire and then in the last moment of my life before I, you know, choke on my blood and die, and, you know, while I'm all on fire, I scream out for Jesus, and then I get sent to heaven and live in heaven, right? Or the other option that I gave was live as an atheist for the rest of my life and never have one of those moments. Well, see, before Bob made his video, where he answered for himself, one of the comments left on my video was from Bible Thumping Wingnut, Tim. And Tim just said, "Paranoid much?" And to throw the meme right back at him, I'm going to say, dismissive of heartfelt explanations of why we think differently much. Because it's like I'm telling you why there's a difference between us, and you don't want to hear it. You're like, oh, you're paranoid. Well, guess what? In Bob's video, he says exactly what was on my mind. He says that if it took me having one of those moments where I was, basically in excruciating pain right before I died in order to come to Jesus, he would hope that would happen for me. He says it in his video. Okay? So no, I'm not paranoid much. That's actually the case, Tim. And then, Iron Cross 66106. Not really familiar with his first name right offhand because I haven't had much one-on-one contact with that guy. But he says in his post, basically the dichotomy is burning for a few minutes or burning for eternity, right? That's the choices that I put up. But here's the thing. I'm trying to explain the differences in the way that we think, Iron Cross. And for me, one who doesn't believe the same things that you do, because I don't feel like I have the evidence to support that, it's burning for a few minutes or just living a normal life. And none of it, none of it has to do with any afterlife whatsoever. So for me, I would never wish any one of those moments of excruciating pain on someone. Okay? I would never wish someone to be so down on their luck or depressed or, hit the bottom, where they lose all self-respect and all hope, I would never wish that on someone. But some people in this world seem to think that in order to come to Jesus, some people are just so highfalutin that they need to hit rock bottom. They need something to jar their lives, and we need to pray for that to happen to them. And it's a completely different philosophy of life. I don't wish any harm on people like that. So, at this point, I want to let you know that I count, since the beginning of my channel, 8 death threats. Okay? Now, 2 of them were what I call type 1. And type 1 is, I'm going to kill you with my own 2 hands the next time I see you. That was 2 of them, right? Those are normal, don't involve God, just, I'm going to kill you, right? I've never had any death threat of what I would consider type 2, which I can summarize by saying, my boyfriend's back. It's a song from the 50s or 60s. Basically, saying that I might not be killing you myself, but I'm going to have somebody else do it for you. Also, under type 2 would be like, I'm going to report you to the authorities, and you're going to be put in jail, and where you're going to be raped to death up the butt. That kind of phrase. That's actually never happened to me in a way where I took it seriously. But type 3. Type 3 would be summarized by, the wages of sin are death. And in type 3, I've had 6 death threats where somebody I felt had condemned me so much that if they were to meet me, they might actually think that their God had put them there in that situation in order to bring about something bad happening to me. You know, people who believe that because I'm sinful as an atheist, because I haven't accepted Jesus into my heart, that I deserve something bad to happen to me. Because I've heard enough of the Jesus spiel that I should by now believe, and since I don't, I must be rejecting, and before that rejection, I deserve horrible things happening to me. And they will happen magically. God will make them happen to me. That's 6 times that I count. Now, I've had, of the type 4, which is very rare, because it takes a very tolerant style of Christian to say this to you. I've had at least one, which is basically, the wages of sin are death, but that's between you and God. And I'm not going to judge you for it, and we're going to, still drink beers together at the end of the day. But, probably when you get to the pearly gates, you're probably going to hell. I've had a couple of those, but we're getting to the point where they're the lesser death threats, right? And then I'd say this category type 5 that would fit what Bob said would be, I hope something happens to you so that you can come to God. It's kind of like type 3, but it's a little bit different, because I guess there's the exit loophole of I could just skip all that, I guess there's still some play in there, like he's waiting for me to have some experiences, and he's not, it's not so finalized. But it is kind of creepy to think that somebody would say to me in a video that if all the other options were exhausted and I still did not believe in his God, that he would wish something horrible to happen so that I would at least have that last chance of being put in excruciating pain or hitting rock bottom or being so depressed that I had to scream out, in frustration and have this huge excited utterance of desperation, because I guess it's convert them at all costs, it's the most important thing in the world, even more important than this life. And that's where we're different. That's where I'm not on the same page of music as you, because I value this life more than anything.